Different circumstances that I'm talking to today. It's the first time this season your side's coming off a loss. How have the boys responded?
Good. Yeah, you're right. We haven't experienced this year. It was always going to happen one day. We know that. But the response has been good, and it's a different feeling. It's one that we haven't had, and we don't want to experience too often. So we had a great run, 15 games undefeated. We tasted our first defeat, which we certainly had enough opportunities for that not to happen, but it has happened, and now we've just got to move on and try and start another unbeaten run.
You talking about the number of opportunities you've had. That's been a theme consistently now. You've got Bruno back, but still weren't able to convert the chances away. How do you sort that out heading into the derby?
Oh, look, the first part that we're creating opportunities is key. We're getting in the right areas. We played very well against Macarthur in the second half. I don't believe we played well in the first half, but I haven't been able to say that too often this year. Second half was excellent. We had the opportunities. We limited them to very little in the second half. So the players are confident in how we're playing, and that will continue. That needs to continue, and I'm sure those chances will start getting converted.
The subject of Bruno, how is he? A bit of online chatter that he might have hurt his hand.
He did hurt his hand. So he's had a procedure on his hand in terms of I think like a hairline fracture. So we're just waiting for that wound to heal. But we think he's a chance. So he's working. It's just we're just have been avoiding contact, and if he can handle contact, then there's no reason why he can't play.
If he was to play, would he have to be wearing a cast or something?
I don't think it's to that point. I think he could wear whatever he's allowed to wear in terms of the regulations, but it's not that we fear refracturing. It's more that the wound heals from the procedure. So the refracturing is not a problem. He's got a plate, so that'll be nice and strong. Just got to make sure that the wound's healed, that there's no threat of infection. So we've got to do the right thing by him, and if that's okay, then he'll be ready.
And in terms of the rest of the squad, Adama came off at half time against Macarthur. How's he?
Good. He's doing some work. Yesterday did a lot more. So look, it's certainly nothing serious, but we have to assess him for this big game and see whether he can pass everything we need from the medical team, and obviously from a team perspective today. We feel he has a good chance.
I think Roly Bonevacia as well. I don't think his clearance had come through for the Macarthur game. Has that come through for the derby? Is he available?
Yeah, he's available, but we won't have him involved this weekend. He just needs a bit more work. But we feel in the next, whether it's Tuesday or whether it's Central Coast, that he should be fit and available.
Heading into the derby, obviously maybe the narratives with the first defeat of the season, lost heading into the derby, but do you feel like, the cliche is you lose more from your defeats than you do your victories? Do you feel like it's a valuable lesson for the boys to take at this point of the season about complacency and they can improve from here?
Look, you always learn whether there's a win, draw or loss. You need to feel what those moments are like, and it's very rare to go undefeated throughout the year. So we always experience it. Every club experiences a defeat, but complacency has never been an issue for us throughout the year. We've been very consistent in our performances, and that was no different in the second half against Macarthur. I thought we were very good, and so it didn't look like a team that's complacent or out of sorts. We're playing well, and we had a defeat. We have to move on, and we moved on immediately after the game, and everyone's looking forward to tomorrow.
Melbourne City, their form hasn't been the best as of late. Obviously, heavy defeat against Brisbane last week. What have you made of their recent play?
Look, the results show that it hasn't been good the last couple of weeks, but I don't think that either side looks too much into what the results been leading into a derby. The derbies are unique. Derbies are special. All the players live for these moments, and we expect no different from Melbourne City. On paper, they're a very formidable side, especially in the front half of the field, and we expect them to be ready for the game, and they're big players to step up.
They've got Marco Tilio back, who was a player that didn't feature in the last derby. A player like him, the creativity that he brings, the explosiveness off his step. How do you go about defending someone like him?
Oh, look, he's just another player that they have a number of players in the front third. They've got some players back from injury, and they're all exciting players. They're all dangerous players, and we won't be putting anything specific on Marco, but we're aware of all their threats, and we respect the quality that they have, but we also are confident in our ability to hold them out.
Of course, you're not the only show in town tomorrow night. They've got Taylor Swift on at the MCG, 80, 100,000 people maybe, all going to that. The boys been told to get here early to avoid the traffic.
Yeah, hopefully we can rival the noise that will be created at the concert. I think football atmosphere and a derby atmosphere is not just unique in terms of the game, but the atmosphere that's created is wonderful and special, and I'm sure our fans will try and drain out the noise that goes on across the road.
Are there any Swifties in the team? Any Taylor Swift on the stereo in the gym or anything?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there is, though. Looking at a few of the characters that we have in this change room, so that wouldn't surprise me.
And just yourself, Toby, I asked this of John Aloisi yesterday, but we're coming to that time of the season. All the questions are asked. Your contract with Melbourne Victory, you signed a 3-year deal 3 years ago. It's up at the end of the season. Have you given any thoughts to your future? Do you want to come back to Victory next year?
Look, I'll give you the truth of the matter is that's not really at the forefront of my mind, and it's not something that we're speaking about or concerned about. We just worry about the team and make sure that we do what Melbourne Victory does, and that's challenge for titles, and we want to win trophies. We want to win silverware this year, and we'll worry about that at the end of the year.
Have you had any interest from other parties? Going to sign a pre-contract or anything like that?
No.
Wanting you to, sorry, not.
No, there's if there was, I wouldn't say anything to you, but there's nothing. I'm not thinking about anything, but just this week, tomorrow's derby, and we all have things to focus on, and I know the club is very focused on this season. So am I, and we're very comfortable with our situation.